Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And coming up on this edition of the State of the Saints podcast, we break down Saints preseason game number 1, the highs and the lows. And also, if you ever stop by this place at 12 o'clock midnight for some shrimp fried rice, then you know where I'm at.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I got to say is, who that? Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And on this edition, we're going to be talking about the Saints preseason game number 1. The New Orleans Saints fall to the Los Angeles Chargers by a score of 27-13. I'm not going to waste any time. If you want to hear my perspective or how I feel about the preseason game, we did the second half watch along here on the State of the Saints podcast. Just finished up the Bleacher Report post game. You can check that out. Make sure you download the Bleacher Report app. It really will help. I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines and just let people talk and tell me what they feel about the New Orleans Saints first preseason game. What were the highs and the lows? Or are you concerned about what the state of the team after one preseason game? You know, I hope not, but you know, that's people entitled to their opinions and feelings. So, like I said, I'm not going to waste any time. Shouts out to everybody in the chat because I'm gonna try to see if I can go through as many as possible. We can try to go for a little while, but not too long. But if you have something to say about the New Orleans Saints and preseason game number 1, feel free to chime in. I would love to hear from you. Special shout out to everybody that's here right now. Shouts out to Jeremiah. See my mom in here. Shouts out to you, Mom. Thank you for being here. Jerry, Charmaine, B Creole, Vito is in here, and so many others. Got Shepard in here. So thank you all for being here. But we're gonna go ahead and get it started, man. I'm not gonna waste no time. We're gonna go to Jerry. Jerry, how you doing, man?
What's going on, TJ?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Now that football is back.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the bright spot, right? You know what I mean? The fact that football is back and we actually have something that we can actually talk about instead of just basically some hyperbole. So what are your thoughts on the game, Jerry? You know? What were your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, overall, TJ, I mean, throughout the good, throughout the bad, and what I saw from start to finish, overall, I like what I saw. I see the changes and stuff. I understand. Yes, I know we lost, but just Saints fans, just relax. It's preseason. It's somebody trying to make the team. So win or loss, it don't matter. We just want to see who make it to the 53-man roster before the start of September.
Right.
That's all I'm concerned about, TJ.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I'm concerned about too, Jerry. You know, I'm not concerned about some of the things that I've seen because I know a nice amount of these players are not going to be on the team. Like, you know, the team that Saints fans are relying on, most of them were on the sidelines in street clothes. So was there anybody that stood out to you? Like, you know, anybody that kind of won you over just based on their performance tonight?
Well, there's a couple. Well, 3 of them actually, and that's Tyler Shuck,
Okay.
Mason Tipton, and Christian Boyd.
Okay. Was there like
That's what stood out the most from my perspective.
right?
Because when Christian Boyd sacked Trace Lance, everybody thought it was going to be a safety.
Right.
But we already know how that goes, TJ. But I'm just glad he had a good defensive performance out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he had a really good performance, man. I thought it was solid. And, Christian Boyd is a second-year guy, coming out of Northern Iowa. It seemed like he's going to be able to fit that Saints 3-4 scheme, and I think he's going to be a part of that rotation. So it was good to see this defensive line like really step up. There was some things that probably discouraged Saints fans like by watching, but I think the bright spot in this game was that defensive line. They were able to get pressure on quarterbacks Taylor Heineke. It got a little pressure on Trey Lance. So, I think that, Christian Boyd, there's going to be a place for him. I think he's going to be a part of this rotation. But I want to get your thoughts on Tyler Shuck. I know you mentioned him. What was it about his game tonight that kind of just reeled you in?
When he threw that deep pass to Mason Tipton for the touchdown, that sparked. I don't know if it sparked any Saints fan out there, but it shocked me.
Yeah.
It's all because they've been talking about him at camp and all that stuff. I said we gotta see how he really looked out there on that field.
Yep.
And he did.
Yep. Yeah, I think the best thing about that touchdown to me, Jerry, was how he was able to bounce back. Like he went from throwing a pick six, and that could have discouraged a young player, right? I mean, we see it all the time, right? But he went right out there and he threw the ball down the field with confidence. He wasn't rattled by the situation, and that's what you're going to need, man. You're going to need what I call offensive amnesia. Like when you make a mistake, you got to make sure that you can just, blot it, blot it out your head and just continue to move on and move forward. So that's definitely going to help him. I was impressed by that with Tyler Shuck tonight.
Yes, I would. Yeah, me too, TJ. Look, I mean, mistakes happen. And that's why we hit. That's why we correct them.
Right.
I mean, because it was some. I'm not surprised about. The penalties and stuff. That kind of stuff. It happens in the game. We all witnessed that. I mean, this is nothing new to us, TJ, because we've seen it before. We've seen this movie before.
Yep.
Every time you're trying to make a big play, what happens? Flag on the play. False start. They make another big play.
Yeah.
Personal foul. You name it, it happens. But that's where we gotta worry about.
Yeah. But Jerry, that's the part. Yeah, but that's the part to me, Jerry, that's concerning. I don't have an issue with inexperienced quarterbacks doing inexperienced things, right? Like I don't have an issue with that, right? Because we understand that this is a rebuild, right? I mean, but when we're seeing the same things that occurred last season occurring, and even in a preseason game, that is not healthy for a fan base because they're gonna feel like the more things change, the more they stay the same. That was the most concerning thing to me. When you have opportunities and you make plays, or you get off the field on third down, you're giving your opponents, another fighter's chance, right? You want to like, and then it was like 3rd and 19 or something like that. So those type of moments, like, give Saints fans, football PTSD, right? Because you don't the same situations. So to me was like the only thing that stood out to me. I'm like, y'all got to fix that because it resembles way too much of what happened last year.
Yep, that like you say, TJ, that will have Saints fans scratching their head like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Yep.
Those are going to be the Q&As you're going to hear from Saints fans. And once again, Who That Nation, you just got to chill and wait and see what happens.
Yeah, gotta wait and see. I mean, too close to call.
Exactly. And I've been saying this, TJ, and I'm sure everybody else say the same thing. Everybody just chill out, relax. It's only preseason. You got to see who make the team and who don't make the team because I already know one definitely not going to make the team. And y'all, and everybody in the chat know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, look,
That's
hey, we
Isaiah
all know.
Foskey.
Yep.
That guy right there.
Yeah,
He not
making it,
I don't see him making it.
man. Them, like
I
I
got called for what it is.
Yeah, Jerry. I don't want to keep on like just bashing the guy. You know, I just did like the post game on Bleach, and I've talked about him like for an extended time. But it's rather you got it or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And the most frustrating thing about Isaiah Foskey is he's not the fact that he doesn't have the athleticism, the ability. He's just not aggressive enough.
No.
And this is a competitive sport, Jerry. Like, man, you got guys who are like free agents. Guys are like, all I feel like I need is an opportunity. And we're talking about a second round guy who can't hit the field. Mm-hmm. And you know, this isn't like we talking about year one or year two, right? You going like deep into your NFL career and you're dealing with the same situation. And then on top of that, Jerry,
mm-hmm.
you're dealing with a completely different defensive coordinator who's bringing in a defense that seemed like it fits your skill set. Exactly. So if you got a defense that fits your skill set and you still aren't able to break through and find success in that, you have to like believe that the Saints are going to cut their losses. Like he's getting these opportunities because that's just the way the NFL is. Nobody wants to admit when they made a mistake in these front offices. Like they want to make sure all their ideas were the best, and they give these first round, second round guys opportunity after opportunity to prove themselves. But it just doesn't seem like the Isaiah Foskey experiment or experience is going to pan out, man. I feel bad for the young man. I just hope that if he does get cut, he can find success in another place. I don't want to see nobody just flake out the league, man, being drafted that high. I don't know.
I agree with you, TJ, but you did touch on something I was about to share with you. Mm-hmm. I like how Brandon Staley is changing up this defense, man. I like what I'm seeing out there from this guy.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. I like the fact that he's allowing these defensive players to be themselves and they can play free, right? This 3-4 defense that he's bringing, it gives guys a little bit more freedom than what a Dennis Allen defense gave them, right? Yeah, Dennis Allen defense was mostly like, you know, kind of like, you know, based on like fundamentals, you know, size, height, etc., being in a certain spot. It just seems like now guys are being able to play free and be able to fly around the field, man. So you have these young edge rushers that I feel like are going to make an impact. And hopefully, like some of these young players that they drafted, like Danny Stutzman and Fidel Diggs, hopefully these guys can take advantage of these opportunities. It seems like they have, but you know, but guys like Isaiah Foskey, man, they're just becoming deeper and deeper, lost in the depth chart, man. You're playing that late into the fourth quarter, you're a second round pick. The team want to see something out of you, and I feel like if they did, Jerry, then they would have took him out the game. So that's very discouraging as a fan, as an onlooker. And as somebody that just wants this guy to succeed. Like it's unfortunate. You were in the game that long, and I don't even think he recorded a statistic, man. That's not a good look, bro.
I don't even recall a tackle or a sack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall either doing one of them.
Yep. Yeah, man, that's not a good look. Like I said, I felt like the New Orleans Saints probably they wanted to take him out the game, but they wanted him to at least make a play. You know, be like, okay, that's enough. I mean, it never came. I mean, he played the game pretty much from start to finish. Exactly. So I honestly think that his time in New Orleans is over. I'd be shocked if that's not the case. Well, you got anything else, Jerry?
No, that's all I got, TJ. I know everybody else getting ready to call in, but I just want to call in first to give you my thoughts and my opinions on after the game was over. And like I said, once again, I'm happy that football is back. Let's see what happens next week when we play Jacksonville.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we see some better football offensively. Hopefully we see some red zone opportunities be cashed in. But you know, I mean, it's just preseason, man. This is a time for you to try to figure these things out and see what you have as far as the depth. But we'll see, Jerry. But thank you so much, man. Always appreciate you calling in, and call back anytime.
Will do, TJ. Also, before I leave, in closing, shouts out to them After Show boys.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. All right. Let's do that again.
All right. For those that's coming in to the chat, coming into the show, checking out this show later or whenever, shout out to the After Show boys.
Shots out to them After Show boys. Shots out to them After Show boys. They be tweet and be posting. They be tweet and be posting. They be tweet. Yeah, them After Show boys. They be tweet and be posting. They be tweet and be posting. They be tweet. Yeah, them After Show boys.
Shouts out to all After Show boys, After Show girls out there.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, Jerry.
I couldn't leave TJ without saying that.
Hey, man, shouts out to all of them out there, man. They make the show, go around, man. Appreciate you, Jerry. Call back anytime, man.
We'll do, TJ. You have a blessed week, my brother.
Okay,
once again, and happy belated birthday and happy anniversary to you and the wife on 5 years. God bless you, brother.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for that, man. That means a lot.
You're welcome, brother. You be easy.
All right, you too. Yeah, man. Shouts out to you, Jerry. Yeah, man. Great birthday, great anniversary, man. Celebrated 5 years with my wife and celebrated 39 years of life, man. 39 years of life, man. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be able to do this show and be able to interact and talk to some great people. Like the next caller, Jordan. Jordan, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, TJ? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, Jordan. Nice to hear from you, man. Football is back, my friend.
It feels good to be back. I remember I first found you, 3 years ago? You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah,
and it's getting better every season.
Look, man, I appreciate it, man. And it's people like yourself that support the show, man, and make it what it is and help it to become, successful, man. So I appreciate the call and I appreciate the kind words, Jordan. What you got for us, man?
You.
Yeah, but what you got for us, man? The floor is yours, man. Highs, lows, who start going up, who start going down? What you got?
Well, first of all, I want to start out by saying we got to realize that this was the Chargers' second preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
So they came out of stuff faster than us. I feel like the play calling was a little lacking at the beginning, but Kellen Moore got his feet up under it, right? Spencer Rattler, I would have gave him a C overall. I feel like he did some good things, right? I don't think Kellen Moore did him any favors on the goal line, but he did some good things overall. But I want to say Tyler Shuck's stock went up, right? I just have to give him props from, I knew he threw a pick six, but he came right back. And that's what the coach talked about early in the offseason. Who's coming back and responding.
Yep. Yeah. That's what he said. Like, right. I mean, that was like the first press conference, which you're alluding to, Jordan, when he spoke to the media and said he wanted these guys to make mistakes, throw interceptions, go out there, like try to, make these risks so we could actually have it on film. This is what I want Saints fans to understand too, Jordan. I get the floor back to you. You want them to be able to, do these things right now. That way it can be on tape and on film and you can correct the mistakes that you're making. And you also want to have enough film on tape where you actually have some of these young players making plays or lack thereof, where you can have a real assessment on what you can actually have and what you're trying to build. So I don't have an issue with him throwing that interception. I don't. But it's the way that he came back out afterwards. And I think that people need to give him credit for that. But yeah, you can go ahead and continue, man.
Yeah, and do you think Kellen Moore need to kind of give Spencer Rattler more reps next game, or how do you see that working out? Because I didn't think his play calling was well to start the game, because this is his first game.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, here's the thing with Spencer Rattler. I think he had enough. I think he had enough reps. I don't have any issue with that. I think that he played, a nice bit of the game. As far as like some of the plays, I look at it two ways, right? You didn't really have your starters out there on offensive line like the ones that really just truly matter to the success of the team, right? I take that into consideration. Also, I think that you also have to take into consideration that wasn't the only competition that was going on offensively. Like there's a running back competition going on as well. as well as an offensive line competition, which a lot of them probably, lost that.
Yeah.
Like them boys about to be so deep on the depth chart, they're gonna need a magnifying glass and probably Sherlock Holmes to find them, bro. That was a terrible offensive line performance, man. But I think when you're looking at those type of things, Jordan, that's the reason why the play calling was probably the way it was, to give the running backs the opportunity to run in between the tackles, and also be able to evaluate Spencer Rattler. I look at Spencer Rattler like I think he improved, Jordan, with his pocket presence, but I'm still concerned with him sensing pressure. Like that pressure, like that has been his Achilles heel. Like when he was starting last season, he wasn't able to feel a sense of pressure around him, and it calls for turnovers, and we've seen it again in tonight's game. But that, other than that, I think that you can see the improvement in Spencer Rattler. But the problem is Tyler Shuck is on his heels, and if Tyler Shuck is on his heels, then if this thing goes to the end of the season, I think Tyler Shuck gonna end up starting over. That's my only takeaway from that.
10-4. And the bright spots for me is obviously Stutzman. I felt like he was all over the field in
Okay.
the first half. I think he could possibly get some starting reps this year as we get further down the season,
Yeah.
Demario Davis at his age. And then of
Right.
course Fidel Diggs flashed to me today.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be pushing Mr. Was it Foskey? He gonna be
Oh,
pushing him out on off the team, man. Go ahead, just push him out the team.
man, I think that Isaiah Foskey like lost his opportunity to even be considered to be in this rotation like after this game. I promise you, man. When teams have a player out there that drafted this high, they just want to see something from him. And the fact that he was out there that long just tells you that they wanted to take him out the game, but he didn't give him a reason to. So with that, like guys like Fidel Diggs, guys like Jalen Ford, DeMarco Jackson, Stutzman. I mean, Stutzman gonna end up being in a rotation anyway. Like if you look
Mhm.
at when Demario Davis had the excused absence, like they were rotating Danny Stutzman with the first and second team. Like that tells you what they think about him. But their stock is on a rise, and the Saints don't have no time for people to be on this thing tiptoeing, and that's what Isaiah Foskey is basically doing. He's tiptoeing, and like you got to be able to turn it on. People can't just be trying to motivate you. You got to find that motivation within yourself, and I don't think he's found it. And he's going, because he hasn't found it, these other guys are moving up the depth chart, and he's getting lost in the shuffle. You got anything else, man? Jordan, are you still there? Well, I think I lost Jordan, but Jordan, we can go back to you, but we're gonna move on to Pammy. Pammy, how you doing?
Hey TJ, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Pammy. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Just can I talk? Can we talk for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, what you got?
I need everybody that's on this ledge that's about to jump off. Please come back. Y'all, it kills me when I see preseason is for evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
If you could understand this, if you are just a casual football fan, I can understand you
Right.
going crazy after this game and thinking that it's just. But if you are a football watcher and you've been watching this for years, you should know this by now. And I'm sick of looking in the chat saying people, we washed, we cooked, we ain't got a chance in hell if we gonna win nothing. I get so sick of seeing that, TJ, and I'm like, okay, y'all, we are in a rebuild. I hope y'all know this. I really do hope that you have not gone into this unrealistic idea that we gonna come in here and we gonna win the Super Bowl, or even gonna sniff the playoffs. Come back to reality, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, be real about this thing. We are working with a rookie coach. Never coached a football team before. We're working with a rookie coach. We're working with a rookie quarterback. We are working with a second-year quarterback. Jake Hayner, I okay, let me just okay, anyway. Yeah.
Man,
I want
poor Jake, man.
everybody.
Man, Jake, man. Look, man, he tried so hard, man. It just don't seem like it's just it for him, man. It just seems like it's just gonna happen.
He
He be
did,
trying, but it just ain't happening. It
but I
ain't
do.
happening.
I just TJ, he really do, and
I mean,
I
he be so motivated, and you can see it like all in his face, like he wants to do so well, but it just like, man, the football guy's like, nah, bro, this ain't happening for you, man. You know, we got a clipboard and a headset for you, but that ain't it. Like, but yeah, but they're gonna have to figure out something. But Jake Hayne ain't gonna be a part of this conversation. I'm pretty sure.
absolutely, absolutely. I'm sure Jake is a very nice person, but as the starting QB, no, thank you.
Yeah, that ain't
Um,
it.
now I do want to talk about some positives.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all make room for Thomas Ellis Simpkins. That
Okay.
Joker came in off, ain't never played center before, from what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
They trained this sucker during training camp to be a
Mm-hmm.
backup center, came up in there and worked it all the way out.
Yeah.
So if Clapp come back, that's fine. If he don't, I honestly think this kid is I think he's gonna make the team.
Yeah.
Truly gonna make the team. I want to talk about oh God, it was one other person. Oh God, slipped my mind just that quick. Um, I can say this. I do remember this. We can leave Foskey in Los Angeles.
Oh
Now I
yeah.
do know that. Just don't even put him back on the plane to come back with us.
Yeah, he might well just go ahead and stay out there. Like that was embarrassing. Like the
It
fact
really
that you were second,
was.
like the fact that you're a second round pick and you was in the game that long. And like I said, the Saints they want to take him out, but lucky for him, he's
Mhm.
from Antioch, California, so he don't have too far to go. Like sure, that's just maybe little ride up the road there, but yeah, that ain't it. Yeah, that
No,
ain't it, man.
it's not,
He done
man.
lost. He done lost that opportunity.
Absolutely. We have wasted enough time trying to develop him. It's time to move on. I'm
Yep.
sorry. It is time to move on. Give somebody else a chance that really, really want to be here. And I think he tries. That's the scary thing about it. I don't think he's not playing. It's just I don't think he. This just ain't for him.
And
I don't know.
I think he's one of them players, and I could be wrong, but he strikes me as one of those players that probably goes into the game motivated, and then he'll
Mhm.
probably get whooped a couple times, and it discourages him. Like
Right.
you like football, you have to have a certain state of mind. Like I don't
Yes, you
care if
do.
you're at the bottom of the depth chart. I don't care if
Yes.
you're like a starter and a beast like a Michael Parsons or whatever. Like you have to have that type of mind frame. If you at the bottom of the depth chart, you still got to have a mind frame like a Michael Parsons. And to me,
Absolutely.
I just wonder, like, does he really believe in himself? Like,
Right.
because man, it is I watch him on plays, and it just seems like he just get wiped out of the play. He
Right.
like he gives up. It's like he don't put that much effort into it. I don't know. Like I think he means well, but I just think that he's also in his head, and
Yeah.
I think it cost him. Like
Absolutely.
everybody has said that. I mean, including
Yeah.
Cam Jordan. Like when they asked about him the other day, Cam Jordan was talking about like hopefully he can do this consistently. Like we see some good things, we see some flashes, but he needs to be consistent. And if anybody has to like motivate you in order for you to do anything,
Uh-uh.
like it's not gonna work out. You
Nope.
rather want to reel a guy back than to try to reel a guy up, and
Amen.
it just ain't working.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I did think about the other person. Kendra Miller is y'all. If we could just keep stay, if he could just stay healthy,
Hmm.
if he could just stay healthy, I see this young man. I think he really, really could be the heir apparent to Alvin Kamara. I really, really, really think that.
Yeah.
His stride is beautiful. His cutting ability is amazing. I see it. And so if we can just keep him healthy, I honestly think he's gonna be a good spark for us. But I want to talk to everybody out there, lid. Man, I get sick of seeing that cooked, washed, we ain't going nowhere. The man, y'all couldn't have made it back in the days when we was getting that.
Nah.
So ain't no way.
Here's the thing, Pam, and this is the real issue here. You have a lot of the Saints fans out here that buy into like previous narratives, so they feel like they're looking for individuals to resemble success of the past, right?
Amen.
So when they're evaluating Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck, they're comparing them to Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, that's right.
When you look at Kellen Moore, they're comparing them to Sean Payton, just like they did with Dennis Allen.
Yes.
But things change over the course of time. Like that's just what it is. Like Kellen Moore is not Sean Payton. I understand that Sean Payton in his first year took the Saints to the NFC Championship game.
Right.
But you have to look at that as an outlier because it is.
That's right.
Like what Jaden Daniels did in Washington last year was an outlier.
Come on, TJ. Come on.
Most people, like I said, most people they want to find these narratives and they want to like conjoin themselves to somebody that resembles success of the past. But a rebuild is a rebuild. Like I joke around, but I just think that people watch too many Disney movies where you find these teams who they probably the bad news bears and stink, and then all of a sudden like they get a coach up in there that actually care a little bit, and they go on this crazy run. Like that's TV. Like it takes time in order for you to rebuild these teams. Like I mentioned Detroit. I mentioned Detroit on the last episode. Like Detroit won 3 games in Dan Campbell's first year before they went to the NFC Championship game and were the number 1 seed last year. Like it takes time, but
it does.
They want that they talk about a rebuild, but they don't want to do it. Like you got to be able to endure that. Like if you're getting what you want, so I don't understand why you're complaining about it. I just don't.
It is so true. You got to have a testimony. You have to have a test to have a testimony. So if you won't go through some stuff, you can't school nobody else on going through whatever they've been through. So we got to push through, man. There was times, man, I used to watch the Saints and be like, man, I just passed up 3 hours of my life for this. So I mean, come on, man. Yeah, we have, some of us have a unrealistic view of, but again, you're right, TJ. Some of them, all they've seen are the glory days. So they can't compare it to anything else because you've never seen us not lose. Other than these last couple years. So you don't have anything to reference it to. I do. I got a lot of reference. So
me too.
I know it can go bad. And I done seen bad. So I mean, we just gotta get back to reality. They got a lot of work to do. And we just got to stick and stay and know that we got to battle through it just like in that team. And let me say this about, I love Shadir Sanders. Wish we have drafted him. But there were 30 other teams that passed on him too. So don't come here with this, we the only ones passed on Shadir. No, we wouldn't. We were not the only team that passed on him. So those other fan bases can say the same thing. But y'all, it is over with. It's done with. He's been drafted to another team. Let's move on. You can root for him. You can cheer for him. But all this, we should have. Okay, we didn't know. Okay. So, and then all this rooting against, I want Rattler to not get the... If you rooting against one quarterback for the other quarterback, you can't be no fan of the team. It don't make any sense to me. It's just silly, and I don't like this silly talk. And baby, I shuts it down quick. I know they be mad at me in the chat. Shut up with all that. Don't nobody want to hear that mess.
Man, it's a rebuilding process. Like I'm pretty sure they probably have some fans that want me to like scorch the earth because they lost.
Right.
It's a rebuild. Like I don't like, you can't ask for something and then get it and then get upset. And also you can't get mad at the result. Like you know what's right in front of you, right?
That's right.
That's like me. Okay, that's like me getting mad at my son because he can't, like my son who is 6 years old can't make a 30-foot jumper in a gym. Like he's 6.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Like, like why you
Amen.
can't make that? Like, man, you suck. Like, come on, man. Like
That's right.
Like that would make me look insane. And that is
That's
why
right.
I'm telling some of these Saints fans, they look insane talking like this. Like
They
that's all
really
you see.
do.
Like if you go back into the archives of this show on my social media page, man, we need to rebuild, TJ. Man, we need to blow this thing up. And now all of a sudden, like you getting what you want. Now all of a sudden, man, shoot, man, I don't know, man. We just watch, man. Like what happens is people like get emotional. They think about like all these different teams that's talking about them. They want to be relevant, but in order for you to get relevant, you got to make sure that you adjust some things and build some things up. So
that's right.
Rome wasn't built in a day, but
Amen,
you got to be able to embrace this. So
amen. And just one other thing, I always think about, in order to be rebuilt, you had to have had a foundation. It had to have been something for you to build on. So we just rebuilding, we resetting the standard. And it's okay. It is okay. We're gonna be all right. Trust and believe. We will be fine.
Yeah. I mean, look, everybody knows that the Saints been building on sand for the last 3 years. So look, you got to have a solid foundation, right? They say build on a solid foundation. Wasn't nothing solid about no
truth.
Dennis Allen. Okay,
baby.
That was Mr. Sandman right there, right?
You better know it. And one thing I can say, TJ, we ain't heard nothing about we got to clean it up. I was so glad I didn't hear that in that post presser. I clean it up. We got to get better. We got to clean this up. We got to clean that up. I was so glad not to hear no damn clean up. I ain't know what to do.
Yeah. I'll take this. Look, Derek Carr, Dennis Allen not being on the football team is a start. Like, that right there, I could take that any day of the week. I wish them luck in their future endeavors.
Absolutely.
Like, I think that Dennis Allen gonna be a good defensive coordinator for the Bears. Derek Carr, you think he playing golf somewhere? Good for him. But they don't need to be nowhere near this football team, man. And that's good enough for me. And I like I said, I don't mean any disrespect. They just brought this whole entire organization down. The morale of the and what the Saints team is doing right now, Pammy, is they're building up the confidence and the relationship between Saints fan and team again. Because of what Derek Carr and Dennis Allen did to the football team. So
that's right. And I'm glad about it. I'll be the first to say, when we initially hired Dennis Allen, I was like, okay, y'all, let's give him a chance. At least give him a chance.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
We're at least going to, and it didn't work out, and it's okay. It's okay. It's just time for us to move forward. We're rebuilding. We have some good things. We definitely have some things we have to work out, and it's gonna be okay. And I'm glad you keep I want people to remember, like you said about Detroit, it wasn't that 3-13 team. Y'all, you go back and look at those games. They was fighting, scrapping. They were trying to win every game, and that's what I want to see in our Saints. I want to see us. If we don't win, I just want to see some fight. If we see some fight in them, I'm good. So if we turn out to be a 3-13, I just want to be a team that has hope that we can see. Right. Hey man, they was in that game. If it had been 1 or 2 more minutes or whatever, we were right there. So you go back and watch that season. The Detroit was fighting for Dan. They was fighting for him. So okay, I know I'm talking. Okay, I'm sorry.
Nah, that's okay, Pam. And I think they're gonna fight for Kellen Moore too, because Kellen Moore is a former player. He understands the ebbs and flows of the game. He understands the highs and lows of being a professional athlete, being in the NFL. So I think that's going to pay dividends for him. And
absolutely,
so I'm rooting for him. And I just want to see improvement. And I'm good with that. Like we can talk about like in 2026, like how much better they can get off of what they built in 2025. You got anything else, man?
And stop talking about tanking for Arch. I'm that's another thing. I'm sick of y'all talking about some damn Arch because y'all up we ain't seen Arch play no full season. Y'all up here talking about tanking for Arch. We don't know. So
Yeah.
you better try to ride with what you got right now. And talking
Yeah.
about some tank because if they lose every game, then your mouth really gonna be hanging. So
Yeah.
let me get off this phone, TJ, before I be because you know I go off
Yeah.
in a
I mean, I
minute.
think it's only right that we got to play this one more time. Got to play. I got to clean up. Hold on, hold on. I don't think people heard that. We got to clean it up. All right, so yeah, we had to do that for old DA. But Pammy, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. You call back anytime.
Thank you, TJ. I love you, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing
Oh,
what
I
you're doing,
will. And I love you
and
too, Pammy. Thank you for all the support. Thank you so much.
thank you. And if you can get in touch with Kelly and tell him to put in the annexation of Puerto Rico, baby, we can.
You need,
Man, we can put that play in.
I don't know. Maybe he got it though. You know how
He
how
might.
preseason is. They be vanilla plays. He might have that in his bag somewhere. We gonna see though. But if
Okay, TJ.
it start going sideways, then we're gonna have to hit him up.
Absolutely. I love you, darling. You take care. Have a great night. And y'all come on back. Come on back. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all
Yeah,
right.
right. You take care.
All right, darling. You too.
All right. All right. Yeah, shouts out to Pammy. And look, for real, man, people are just ready to jump off the ledge, man. What is going on? Let me go ahead and take Slim. Slim, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, TJ? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Yeah, what's going on, brother? First of all, I gotta say, shout out to Queen Pammy. That was hilarious. Annexation
Yeah,
of
man.
Puerto Rico, greatest play call of football history.
Right. And for the little Giants, it worked for them, man. Why can't it work for the Saints?
And I gotta tell you, bro. First of all, shout out to you. I gotta tell you, your backgrounds, you shouting out, well, not shouting out, but you've been showing up the old school New Orleans with the
Oh man,
McKenzie's
look
and
here,
the
bro. Man, you know how
oh
much
my
shrimp fried
God.
rice I got from this place, Slim? Come on, man. Come on, man. Look, that's one of my stops, man. When I get to the city, man, right up there. Shouts out to Franklin Avenue, man. Look, hey,
Yes,
bro,
sir.
that place been there for a long time, bro. Yeah,
Forever.
so man, look, yeah, I'm from that old New Orleans. That's what I tell people. I'm from that old New Orleans.
I appreciate you, bro. Keep doing it, TJ. I love it, bro. You bring back sweet memories.
Yeah,
But
man, got to.
as far as the preseason game with the Saints and the Chargers, um, it's just preseason, people. We gotta be patient. It's a process, yo. Like,
Mhm.
well, Spencer Rattler, you know, he went out there, he turned over the football. Oh well, let's put Tyler Shuck in there. Tyler Shuck threw a pick six, but he bounced back with a touchdown pick. So it takes a process, yo. Like, I'm not mad at Kellen Moore. I appreciate what he's doing. He's
Mhm.
shuffling the quarterbacks. Even
Right.
he threw Jake Hanna out there. Well, he about to be a model anyway, because well, we know how that's gonna be.
Man.
But
I think they
anyway,
need a veteran. Like, I'm serious, man. I
I
think they
said
need a
that too,
veteran
TJ.
quarterback.
I said that
I
too,
think they
bro.
need a veteran quarterback, man. Look, no disrespect, Jake Hanum. Like, y'all already know how I feel about him. I said this so many times on this show. I think that he is one of the smartest football players in that building. I think that he might end up being a coach one day. But
Right.
starting quarterback in National Football League, he is not. And I just think that when you have young, inexperienced quarterbacks, Slim, you
Uh-huh.
need a veteran in that building, man. And
Absolutely.
you can say, oh, Kellen Moore, former quarterback, Scott Tozine. Nah, bro, it's nothing like having somebody on the sidelines that's sitting next to you on the bench, and when you kind of going through the motions, can help you see what needs to be seen in a course of a game. They need that, man. They need a veteran quarterback. And
Absolutely.
I don't know why they trying to, like, you can sign a decent veteran quarterback for a year, just like some of these other teams have done. Bring them in, and have these guys serve as mentors to these young players. But like, man, messing around and acting as if you don't have a young quarterback room and they don't need a veteran, I just think that they just They're just playing around with this, man. You can't play around with it.
Absolutely, teacher. I totally agree with you. I was preaching that to my mama today. I was telling her, well, they'll be all right now. We need a veteran quarterback to show them the ropes, to show them how it goes down, whatever, no matter what. And
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta keep it PG. I was ticked off. They took back that safety for my boy. What's his name? 97. What's his
Christian
name?
Boyd. Yeah, Christian
Yeah, I
Boyd.
was
Yeah,
ticked off that he made a good play and they took that safety away. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go with the referees and the Saints again. I'm like, these dudes trying to fight for a job. They're showing out, they're making good plays, and here we go again. Like, oh Lord, here we go.
That's the crazy thing about it. I mean, honestly, that was the first play that I actually saw in real time because my church, we had a program this afternoon. So I ended up getting home a little bit after 4:05 Eastern. So that was like the first series that I saw that involved that. I had to go back and look at like the first series that Spencer Rattler facilitated. But yeah, man, I mean, I thought it was a safety, man. But you know, man, look, y'all know. I mean, they're gonna try to find a way, some way, somehow, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they always on the receiving end of some BS when it comes to it. But I mean, when it was like, Taylor Heineke's foot was on the outside of the goal line, I was like, okay, they're about to call it back. Yeah, it's insane. It's amazing how like they all, buttoned up, suit and tie when it comes to the Saints, when it comes to the rules. But anybody else, they just, he caught it. We're gonna go look at it now, man. Trust me, he caught it. Like,
right. That's crazy, bro.
They using drones, they using all this sophisticated technology, like according to this almanac, like anything, dude, like anything to try to screw them over. But hey, man, they're gonna have to battle through it, man. They're gonna have to battle through it. But it was still a good play by Christian Boyd, and I feel like it didn't hurt his stock at all. I mean, he still made the play, and you have to be optimistic if you're a defensive coordinator, though.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, I know you got to go and everything, but
nah, you all right, man?
Do you think, like, our wide receiver play? Do you think we need I ain't scared to say it. I think we need another big body receiver, a possession receiver, maybe a 6'2" and above. How you feel about that? Like to keep the chains moving on my crazy.
Man, you're not crazy at all. Like I look after Chris Olave, Cooks, and Shaheed, this team is doomed. Like they need to stop playing with themselves. I know that Mason Tipton called a 54-yard touchdown, but I'm not sold on dude. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on Bud Memes. I'm not sold on none of these other cats that was out there. Like Kevin Austin, not sold on him. Just not.
Right.
Like you can't. Like I don't understand. Like I do understand to a certain extent. You don't want to overexert yourself if you're in the process of a rebuild. That's the only reason I'm not really going at them like that. Because in ways I understand, right? Because if we're gonna rebuild this thing, Slim, we need to rebuild it, right?
Right.
Like, let's not try to act like we're gonna instill hope into people. Like, if you're gonna rebuild this thing, rebuild it. Young players, allow them to develop, give them reps and time, and see where you're at the end of the season. And then in 2026, your cap situation is probably gonna be better. Draft positioning might be a little bit better, and you're able to add hungry young players to the team that are borderline superstars. Like, maybe, one of these star wide receivers going to be able to come out and you can draft them. Or, if the quarterback situation don't work out, you can go back into that. But you got to see what you actually have. And that's the only reason, Slim, I'm not jumping down their throats. Now, if the situation was a little different and we weren't talking rebuild, then I probably would be pounding the drum a little bit louder about them getting a wide receiver. But yeah, they definitely need one because none of the guys behind those three individuals I named that I have any confidence in is going to make a play consistently. And if one of those players go down, I definitely don't feel like they're going to be able to pick up the slack. It's just way too top heavy on this football team. And you're seeing it in real time. So they're going to need a lot of things to work in their favor in order for them to be extremely competitive this season. And that includes attrition. Like, they're going to need that. Yeah, but you got anything else, man?
Nah, man. Just keep doing your thing, brother. I appreciate you having me on.
No problem, man.
Keep showing them old school New Orleans backgrounds. Bring back
man.
memories, brother.
Yeah, man. Look. That's what I plan on doing, man. I plan on still showing some of those popular spots. You know about when we was growing up. So, yeah, man, that's near and dear to me. So, yeah, man, it seemed like a lot of people feel the same way. So, Slim, I appreciate that, and call back anytime.
Absolutely. One more thing I gotta say, TJ. Who that nation? This thing gonna take some time. Trust the product. Trust the process. Who that? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man. Trust the process. I agree with you, Slim. Thanks for the call, man. Call back anytime.
Appreciate you, brother. Who that?
Yeah, who that? Yeah, man. Look, I agree. Like, you have to understand that this is a process. I know some of you are in uncharted territory, right? You're not used to seeing the Saints having to go through the motions. Like, people my age experience that, and I'm not even gonna have that conversation. Like, oh man, we know, y'all need to be like us. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you have to understand that this is a process. Like, it's a process. Like, nobody loves the process. Nobody really likes to embrace the process. Like, think about if you're cooking a gourmet meal, right? Or something that's really good. Like, you want it, but hey, you can do without the steps, right? Well, unless you really into cooking. But if you want to be able to taste what you're making, right? You rather just have it right then and there. But it takes a process. It takes a process in order for the meal to taste good, smell good, etc. So right now, man, what you have is individuals going to the store, right? We going to the store, we picking up the ingredients, right? And now we driving back to the house. Now, two things can happen here. All these ingredients that we're putting together is going to make a fine meal. Or you're going to take these ingredients, maybe not follow it to a T, and you're going to burn the damn house down. Or the meal ain't going to taste as good. But all I'm saying is we don't know. And you got to be able to have a level of confidence. You can't get mad at the Saints for doing what you have asked them to do for 3 to 4 years. And people man, they should have been did that. Well, they doing it now, right? For the last couple of years, you be like, man, I hope they do it. Oh, man, they should have been did that. They should have been did that. Now they doing it. Nah, man, they should have did that a long time ago. Nah, you've been crying for years about this whole rebuilding process. Man, you got to be able to see it through. I mean, that's what I'm willing to do, and I just hope that you do the same. And I hope that a lot of you Saints fans are still here at the end of the season, even if things don't end up panning out the way that some of you feel like should happen on your local Disney movie. On these Disney movies where, these teams suck, bad news bears, and then the next thing you know, they win the championship because, some slow motion replay, and it bounce off somebody's helmet, bounce off another person's helmet, they catch it, and everybody just go crazy. I mean, look, continue to watch those Disney movies, but in real life, don't really happen like that all the time. Most of the time, it don't happen. We're going to go to Rodri. Roderick, how you doing?
How you doing, TT? What's going on?
Man, nothing much, Roderick. Thank you for calling in. Now, what you got for us, man? We talking Saints preseason game number 1.
First of all, I want to say, TJ, I've been with you since day one.
I appreciate that.
I enjoy every video you put out. I follow you. I follow you, James Tremerno, Ross Jackson. Y'all give me all my New Orleans Saints needs. I really appreciate it.
Man, just being compared and talked about among those two gentlemen, I feel like I done made it, man, because those two guys work so hard, man, and I appreciate that, Roderick. I really do, man.
No problem. What I want to say, everybody seems to be on the same page. This team is in a rebuild mode. I really think as of right now, the defense might carry the Saints probably for the first 5 or 6 games. They look real good. The linebacker was going East Coast to West Coast. The secondary needed a little bit of work. Rico Payton made a little mistake, but he made the plays too.
Right.
And
he made up for it.
Yeah, it's for the quarterbacks. You got to give them time, man. Like they say, we got a new coach. Kevin Moore still got to get all the kinks out of everything. We got 2 more preseason games. So eventually, I think personally that they're going to eventually get themselves together, man. We're not going to be no pushover team. Everybody think, oh, the Saints, we just got so many young people. We ain't got no experience. I still think we're going to really upset some people, man. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
I'm still so optimistic about it. And I hope we go through the process. I know it's gonna be some growing pains. It's gonna be times I probably want to sling my tablet phone across the room, but I know it's a process. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, look, I mean, that's just, what you're talking about. Rodri is passion. And I'm not telling people to lose their passion. I think when people think when you say calm down, relax, like it's a rebuild. I think what people are saying is they're not telling you to lose your passion, but they want you to have an understanding that this team is trying to figure itself out. It is trying to establish a new culture which can carry them for the next decade or whatever, right? They have the pieces. Like you have a young coach that can help you if everything works out. And they're hoping that one of these quarterbacks can join with this coach to get the Saints out of this dark state that they're in right now. But you can still have the passion, but also have an understanding that, and this is a young, inexperienced football team with an inexperienced coach, and he put together a coaching staff, and they're trying to establish something here. So if they're not out there waxing some of the top teams in the league, I mean, that's understandable. There's a reason why, like, I'm not like, it's not like the Chargers are slow here. Like the Chargers are going to be like a really good football team. They had some bright spots last season. They won the playoffs last year. So it's not like this is a team that, y'all should have just ran over or something like that. This is a good football team. Very talented team, man. And I expect for them to be in the playoffs, be in contention to win the AFC West this season. So, I mean, I'm looking at how are these young players responding to the opportunities, Roderick, that are placed before them. And if they take advantage of it, they might lose some plays, they might win some plays, but you hope that they win more than lose and you can build something on that. But and just talking about this whole thing like they about to win the championship, I just think that's just wishful thinking, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And then, like you said before, we were playing against Jim Harbaugh. I mean, is it John Harbaugh?
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh. He's like one of the best coaches out there right now.
Man, yeah.
And for him to go against our coach Kellen Moore, I still think, again, it gives us experience on what we need to do in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but on top of that, I'm pretty sure they was kind of motivated. I mean, when your former offensive coordinator and former head coach come to town, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to like, these are the two guys that we got rid of, for Jim Harbaugh. Like you don't want them to go around and slap you around. So I'm pretty sure that served as some motivation for Jim Harbaugh and his staff to make sure that, they go out there and handle business as well. I mean, this is still, it's still a business at the end of the day. And, palms got to be greased and checks got to be cashed here. So, I'm pretty sure that was motivation for them. I don't think that, a lot of people weren't paying attention to that. But yeah,
I was thinking too. I'm like, we our coaches used to be used to coach the LA Chargers. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, just imagine, okay, man, we letting you go, and then we come back and just wax you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the coach that replaced you end up getting whacked. I don't care if it's preseason or not. I'm pretty sure, like, even like in preseason, I can see like Drew Brees, like when the Saints used to play the Chargers, like Drew Brees still out there trying to sling that thing around. Like, okay, we might lose the game in preseason, but shoot, I'm about to drop out 100 and probably be close to 100% on these passes. Like, it's motivation, right? So
exactly,
I'm pretty sure there was the motivation behind the Chargers performance against the Saints on tonight. I'm pretty sure it was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Roger, let me ask you this though, man. All right, so I didn't get your take on the quarterback competition between Shuck and Rattler, man. What do you think about their performances tonight? Are you sold on a guy? Like anybody like won you over, lost you? What's your thoughts on that, man?
Too sold on it yet. I know the Spencer Rattler started out slow, but what I seen that he still was playing with some of the backups, especially when it came to the offensive line. And you know, and with Tyler Shuck had some good plays, had some bad plays, and but he had some more good plays than moreover, that 54-yard touchdown. But that pick six kind of like got me like, man, he could have made a better decision on it. I'm like, but I'm not too sold on him yet, man. And I like I said, I know it takes time. And these next two games, I know they're gonna start cutting people next week, right? Or the nigga. So we're gonna see who can help them out, or we can make a decision on who can be the QB1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
well, I said this, and I stand by this, Rodri. I think that if you went into this game anticipating Spencer Rattler to start again next week, I think that you have to change that. I think that at least Tyler Shuck, needs to start the game next week. I'm pretty sure that's probably was what they were going to do to begin with. But I think that he pretty much nailed that home. Like I think if Spencer Rattler would have came out there and kind of lit it up and took advantage of the opportunities and maybe facilitated some of those scoring drives, I think that you probably would have had a situation where it's like he continues to confirm what you're anticipating, which is him being a starter. But Tyler Shuck, to me, I think that he definitely gained more reps in practice and possibly that starting spot against the Jaguars next week, even if you weren't thinking about him in that regard. So that's the way I feel about it. But what about a grade? Like on a grade, what would you give him between an A or an F?
I give them a C right now because I know they trying and they just ain't went out there and flopped like the other teams out here. So I know they trying. So I'm gonna give them about a C, man.
Yeah.
Both.
I think that's a good grade, man. A good C. I think both guys, showed some promise, and there were some times where they made some mistakes. You definitely want to turn the ball over, like you mentioned, like Tyler Shuck, staring down Dante Pettis. Like, you can't do that in the pros. Like I was watching the TV and I knew where he was going with the ball. Like he did not take his eyes off Dante Pettis. Like Dante Pettis was like that bad chick in a club. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I gotta get that. Man. I'm like, you can't do that. And Spencer Rattler, man, look, ball security is key. Like I can protect Spencer Rattler and make comments and thoughts and views about why he hasn't found full success, but I can't make up for you turning the ball over and fumbling the football, man. Like you gotta hold on to that football, man. That's what's gonna get you on the bench. I don't care what type of talent you possess.
Exactly.
Anything else, Rodri?
They ever gave us an update on the injury of Trevor Penny? I ain't hearing nothing about it.
Okay, so I mean, upon the making of this, I don't think so. Like unless like something has happened like since we've been here live, but I haven't heard anything. I don't know if they just carted him to the locker room just to be on err on the side of caution, or they just did it because it was something serious. But let's just hope not.
I'm rooting for that guy, man. I want to see him to be on the team, man.
Yeah. I think the spot where the Saints are putting him in at guard, I think that he can actually resurrect his career and change opinions about what they think about him. I don't know if the Saints end up like giving him an extension, but he can at least extend his NFL career if this whole guard situation pans out. So I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him too, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but Roderick, man, thank you so much for chiming in. It's always a pleasure, to speak with you, man, and I'm always enjoy your commentary in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Call back anytime, man.
I sure will. Thank you, TJ. You put me on here.
Man, no problem, man. Take care, Roderick.
All right, you too.
All right, yeah. Man, shouts out to Roderick, man. Like Roderick said, he's been supporting the show for a long time. And it's good that you have so many people that have supported this show throughout the years, man. And a lot of them that you heard here on this episode of State of Saints podcast. Jerry, Pammy, Jordan, Slim, like they have been extremely supportive of this show, and I thank them for that, man. I thank you, even if you didn't chime in on the phone, but you always comment or you check out the show. You probably just watch it from a distance, man. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to having a very successful 2025 season with content. I ain't gonna say when it comes to the football games, I don't know what they're gonna look like, but we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna put this thing into perspective, and we go call it for what it is, man. We probably gonna get upset from time to time because that's passion, but yeah, man, like Chris Brown said, please don't judge me. It's gonna get ugly. Or it could get ugly before it gets beautiful. All right. Mark says the play calling was suspect when Rattler was in the quarterback. Mark, look, I don't want to make these theories, man. All of the plays were about as vanilla as Baskin Robbins ice cream. Like they went out here, calling, like Pammy said, the annexation of Puerto Rico out here. They went out here calling quadruple reverses and Statue of Liberty plays. Like what you want is to see if your quarterbacks can they command, the huddle? Can they, make sure that they're good guys in the right place? Can they do, can they get in and out of the huddle? Can they get the ball out on time? You don't want these guys to be thinking about some of these install plays that you done already made, like things that you're going to bring into the regular season, because you need reps, and you definitely need reps with plays that guys understand. Like you don't want these guys running into each other and all that kind of stuff. So, and also teams don't want to tip their hand. Like you don't want to, like what it look like. Okay, you've got 3 exhibition games that don't mean nothing, right? I mean, it means something to somebody, of course, but in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to success that the NFL actually measures as success, it's not helping. Like, yeah, it'll probably bring you out your seat if they called up something that would seem like it was exotic, but all you're doing is giving another team some film on something that you're going to be able to do in the regular season. So most teams, like what they do is they'll call like basic defensive packages, basic offensive packages. Let's see if this guy can run in between the tackles. Let's see what this guy looks like on a stretch. Let's see if this guy can run his hitch. Let's see what this guy looks like when he finds a spot in the flat. Let's see what this zone coverage look like. Let's see how he can play zone. Let's see how he can play man. That's what teams do, and you don't want to tip your hand, just trying to make somebody dance and do the Benson Boogie in their living room. Like I'm good on that. Like I don't need to do the Benson Boogie preseason game number 1. Like say that for game 5 or 6 when you playing a team that you really need to beat. Call those plays then. But yeah, I mean, I think that all the plays was vanilla. Hey, now Baskin Robbins is solid for a chain. Look, man, I love Baskin Robbins. That's why I'm saying as vanilla. I mean, as a Baskin Robbins ice cream, like it's super vanilla right there. And that's, you just want to make sure that these guys can get in and out of the huddle. Quarterbacks can have good command of the huddle, get the guys in and out of it, make adjustments if necessary. Like you don't want to just make it so difficult. Like don't do it on my expense. Let's see. Rattler played not to lose the job instead of solidifying himself as the starter. The door is still open for Shuck. Well, look, I think that both guys felt like the competition. I think that Spencer Rattler has improved as a quarterback, but the more things change, the more they stay the same when it comes to turnovers. I can't justify those turnovers. Like I just can't. Like you got to hold on to the football. You got to sense pressure. You have started in 6 games, and you should have the experience. You should understand the speed of the game by now. And him dropping that ball on the ground, that's people's livelihoods. That's the game right there. Like you got to make sure you hold on to that football. Like they had two defenders. Like the first one missed them. And that should have been your cause to pause right there to make sure that you focus on ball security, because there's a possibility for you to get sacked by that first defender. So I can't make an excuse for that. Like I like Spencer Rattler. I think that this competition is still wide open, but he's going to lose his competition if he can't focus on that ball security. I mean, that's just what it is. Those are the things that he was doing last season. So you can't justify that. You just can't. Bro, this is a young team with a first-time head coach with no experience. There's no such thing as tipping his hand. Nah, I mean, look, yes, it is. What are you talking about? Dude, what are you talking about? Like, nobody wants to show their hands. Like, do you like, and honestly, H-Town, do you think that these guys like, man, we're gonna suck this year, so I might as well just go ahead and just throw caution to the wind? Like, regardless of what you may feel about the team, and we understand that, those guys still feel like they got a chance to win because everybody's starting at 0-0. Yeah, they know that they going through, the motions and building a new culture. Them dudes ain't sitting up there talking about, man, we about to go 2-15. Like, come on, man. Like, so they supposed to throw everything at the Chargers in an exhibition game that not going to benefit them at all, just because you sitting at home and be like, man, I want to see some exotic plays. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Like, that ain't happening, bro. You ain't about to see no team. Like, I'm looking at this Cowboys Rams game right now. Rams in zone coverage right now. I mean, the plays are like super simplistic. Then zone coverage right now. I mean, that's what you're gonna see. Like, nobody's gonna tip their hand and show what they have. Like, you may have this opinion about what the Saints are, but they don't feel that way. We know they're going through a rebuild, but they feel like in the process of a rebuild, we still can win some football games. So they ain't about to tip their hand. Well, I mean, and honestly, I would honestly feel like, what type of coach do the New Orleans Saints have if he was out there calling triple reverses and Statue of Liberties, in a preseason game? Yeah, like, I would wonder, like, what is this dude out of his freaking mind? We were one slight overthrow to Kevin Austin away from having a completely different conversation about Tyler Shuck for all the fire he was under going into today. He said a solid baseline. Look, I think even with the overthrow, Aaron, I feel like even with the overthrow, he changed a lot of people's mind. To me, quite honest, Kevin Austin should have laid his behind out for that football. Like, you not Justin Jefferson here, bro. You ain't Jamar Chase. Like you ain't Puka Nakua around this thing. You ain't Amon-Ra. Like, you got it, man. You trying to make the team. And that ball was like in his hand. He could have tipped. Like, man, you got to lay out for that joint. I was like, that was disappointing to me. Like, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst throw that I seen. Was it overthrown? Yes. But I see guys like that are over, they throw these overthrown passes, but their wide receivers are able to lay out and catch them passes. So I still feel like, that should have been at least, like, even if he didn't score, like, for you to lay out for that ball right there, that should have been like a big gain on the play. So to me, I don't think that it changed people's mind. Like, if you still feeling like, oh man, I don't know about dude, to me, after this game, you don't feel like any type of optimism when when it comes to Tyler Shuck. I just think that you just don't want to see this dude succeed. Like, I just think that you still up here upset about the situation at the quarterback position. If you're evaluating this, like, seriously, if you're evaluating this fairly and just, and you think, okay, man, oh man, this dude was up here like just making mistake after mistake, and then he goes out there after that interception, and to me, he played much better after that. He started rolling out of the pocket. He was extending plays. I think that one of the most impressive plays that he had when he rolled out to his left, I thought he was going to run, but he stayed in the pocket. Waited for Dante Pettis to break off his route, threw the ball to him, got a first down on it. Second play, this time, he didn't see anybody. He ran for it, slid a little bit, and, like, he was making better decisions. So he's answering questions in real time. It's a matter if you want to ask these questions or not. Some people just don't ask the question. They just want to be like, it is what it is. Like, word is bond. Like, he trash. There's no saving grace. Should have got Shadur, whatever. But Shadur ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? So you got to count on this dude to come through and make plays, because the Saints have selected this guy in the second round, and they want him to be the quarterback. And I think that he played well. I think that he came in the game with certain type of pressure, but if you still sitting up here, well, he had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Shadur had 2 touchdowns. Like, come on, dude. I think that he won some people over, and he definitely. I think his stock is definitely on the rise, and I'll be shocked if he don't start in next week's game. I can't lie, I was a little disappointed in Rattler. Shuck slightly outplayed him. Yeah, I think so too. Like that's why I said, like I asked on the watch along that we had earlier. I said if we was basing our opinions and our views on one game, like who won, and everybody was like Tyler Shuck. Tyler looked better. So if you came into the game like, man, we looking towards Spencer Rattler starting, and Tyler Shuck had the game he did, I mean, I'm erasing. I'm using this pencil right here, and I'm just erasing. I'm erasing, like, man, look, we need to see what the young guy can do. Now, if Spencer Rattler would have came in a game and, everybody was talking about how good he looked in practice and all that kind of stuff. If he would have came into the game and followed that up with a solid performance, then I would have been like, oh, man, Tyler Shuck in trouble. But, I think that Tyler Shuck won himself some more reps, and I also feel like he opened the door even wider for this competition. But I want to say thank you all so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. I really do appreciate it. 422 people watching this right now, and I ask that you hit the like button. If you enjoy the State of the Saints podcast and you're new to the channel, I ask that you subscribe to the channel. We'll be back later on in the week talking more Saints football. Shouts out to everybody that came over to the Bleacher Report. I ask that you download the Bleacher Report app, select New Orleans Saints as your team. You'll be able to check out the content that I have on Bleacher Report throughout the season. We do shorts. We also are going to be going live after every game for the post-game show. So make sure you keep it locked to the Bleacher Report. I really appreciate the support. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, every single Tuesday, NFC South Roundtable will be back discussing week 1 matchups of our respective teams. So make sure that you subscribe to the NFC South Roundtable. A lot of fun over there, having fun with those guys talking NFC South. So make sure that you check that out as well. All right. Appreciate it. Follow me on X at TJAYJones8. Check out the State of the NFL that's available too on YouTube. We talk about some of the hottest topics in all of the National Football League. And shouts out to everybody that subscribed to that channel, man. It means a lot to me that you all have come over there, to talk a little bit of NFL. I appreciate that a lot, man. No doubt about that. But till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I got to say is, who dat?